Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates. From home selling tips to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you make the most money when selling your most valuable asset and save the most money when buying. Now here are your hosts, Dave McKay, along with Wally Kerr, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty in Oklahoma City.
Good morning, Wally. It is a scorcher already. It's a hot week,
Yikes.
and it's going to be another hot day today.
Dave, it's been a really hot week. Great to be here with you this week for the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show. I'm here with my friend Dave McKay every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, and then we repeat, too, on Sundays, don't we, Dave?
Sundays at noon, so if you're getting out of church, running some errands, you can listen to the replay of the show then. And we're proudly brought to you by Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage, always here to join us maybe once a month from time to time and talk about the mortgage rates and programs. And Todd Stewart with Oklahoma Home Inspection Service. You're getting ready to sell that home, and maybe you want to get it inspected just to be sure that you're ready to put it on the market. You give Todd Stewart a call with Oklahoma Home Inspection Service.
Get a pre-inspection report so that you'll know what you're dealing with, and there won't be surprises when those home inspections are done.
That's right. So I don't have any surprises. What are our topics for today?
Well, we don't have to talk about what a surprise this heat wave is. I didn't expect this, so we should have a segment today on energy efficiency and cooling solutions.
Okay.
But the fun one today, Dave, is going to be the latest and greatest in smart home technology.
Oh, yeah, we touched on that last week. This is going to be great. Keegan Riddle, right?
That's right. Guest? He'll be here today to join us. We'll talk about the Oklahoma City housing market. Are prices actually up or down? You know, people know that rates are up a bit, but the inventory is really restricted. So what would you guess as a listener? Do you think that home prices are up or down from a year ago, because the peak of the market was in April of 2022? We'll share that with you on the show today. And then if you're going to buy or sell, we'll end our show today with advice in the current market. So I think we'll have a great show today, Dave.
Awesome. We'll be back in just a minute.
To schedule an appointment with Wally Kerr to help you buy or sell your home, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Wally will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show right here on KOKC.
The market is shifting. Do you know what to do? If you're selling a home, you need to realize that market demand is changing, and it's changing now. More homes are coming on the market than homes that are actually selling, so the inventory is going up. What does rising inventory mean? Prices can soften. It's important you get on the train right now and understand what you need to do to sell a home. First of all, my Guaranteed Home Sale program will create more demand for your home, because I can buy someone else's home so that they can buy yours. If you're thinking about selling by owner, I can create more demand for your home than you can ever create on your own. I'm Wally Kerr, and I believe in aggressive marketing. My wife and I have done this for 36 years together, and we now have a team of 28 people. If you'd like to create more demand for your home so that your home will sell faster and for top dollar, give me a call today at 405-330-4000 at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I'd love to meet with you and discuss a strategy and plan for getting your home sold. Call me at 330-4000. I look forward to talking to you myself.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful, from knowing which program fits your situation the best to identifying the best terms. Hi, I'm Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage. I work closely with you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to helping you choose the home loan that's right for you. My promise is to provide transparency, timely communication, personal service, and closings on time. Call me today at 405-253-2276. That's 405-253-2276.
NMLS 984. 4758. Gateway Mortgage, a division of Gateway First Bank. NMLS 7233. Equal housing lender.
Buying or selling a home? Is your older home having issues in the crawl space or attic? Is your new home about to reach the end of its one-year warranty? Todd Stewart, owner of Oklahoma Home Inspection Service, has been serving residential and commercial clients since 1985. He will give you the confidence of knowing your building systems are safe and operating as they should. Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve. Call Oklahoma Home Inspection Service today at 405-366-8889. That's 405-366-8889.
If you're selling your home or buying a home and would like to schedule an appointment with Wally, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with your hosts, Dave McKay and Wally Kerr.
Let's roll right into chatting about the local housing market. Any changes this week, Wally?
You know, not really. It's slowed a little bit, so the interest rates remain basically unchanged, and the number of homes coming on the market slowed down a little bit. But that's not a surprise. We're so near the start of school. Dave,
Yes.
can you believe this? I looked it up this week and wasn't aware. Do you know that Yukon and Moore schools start in less than 2 weeks? Yukon and Moore start August 10th. Mustang starts on August 11th. Choctaw starts on August 15th. And then Edmond and Norman around August 17th.
I would think, wow, home buying, it's really coming to a screeching halt.
Yeah, if you're thinking about selling, be aware that holiday weekends, typically it slows down. July 4th
Sure.
weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend. We call those distractions to home sales. Dave, do you know the state fair starts on September 14th this year?
Oh, that's that's kind of early too, isn't it?
Yeah, all of these things are really distractions. So I recommend that if you want to sell, it's the time to get it done before all these distractions come along.
Yes.
The longer anything sits on the market, the harder it is to get full retail for it. So if you're looking to sell your home and maybe you're not already on the market, I recommend you find an agent with years of experience, with good market knowledge, with great technology, and along with an existing list of home buyers, which is what I have right now, is people in waiting looking for the right home. So if you're looking to sell your most valued asset, give me a call. I'm part of an international franchise with elite training by the top sales trainers in the world. And just over the last 2 years, Dave, I've been to cutting-edge conferences in Providence, Rhode Island, in Virginia, in Atlanta, in Anaheim, California twice in Orlando, and just came back from one in Austin a few weeks back just to learn about and implement strategies that other agents don't use here locally. So I'd love to introduce you to all of this. And if you're thinking about selling your home, give me a call. I would consider it an honor to help you in getting your most valuable asset sold.
School is going to start soon, and we talked about kids being indoors because that's where the air conditioning is, because the heat wave is here. And with heat waves, that could do a lot of havoc to your home, especially if it's not as energy efficient as it should be. What do you do to check on it, and how do I know what's best for my home to put in so it's energy efficient and I know it won't fail me?
First of all, get a home inspection. If you're a buyer and you're listening today, that heat and air system, the heat and air components, the furnace, the coil, and the condenser, that equipment's gotten really expensive. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons it's gotten so expensive, Dave, is that the U.S. government is just requiring that equipment to be more and more efficient. They call that SEER, S-E-E-R. Dave, it's an acronym for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio.
Okay.
Let's take that down to the easiest way to explain this. A SEER rating is like a score. When Cindy and I built 6 years ago, at that time the standard was about a 13 or 14 SEER. That was kind of the base number. The research I did this week said that a 13 to 15 SEER is good. A 16 to 19 SEER is better. And then, of course, as you can guess, as the number goes higher, a 20 to 26 SEER is best.
Is that the highest?
That's the top number, apparently, that you can get in an air conditioning system today. Now, this is just for air conditioning. So when Cindy and I built 6 years ago, we put in 16 SEER air conditioning condensers outside. Well, as I look today, the rating today says 13 to 15 is good. 16 to 19 is better. I put in 16s. So I didn't put in premium equipment, but we also built 6 years ago.
Sure.
The higher the number, the better. And I think that if you're building with a builder today, because we know a lot of people are doing that, right?
Yes.
Why are they building? Because they can't find what they want in an existing home. So you could ask your builder to upgrade your equipment. It's probably going to cost more money to do that. I think the question becomes, how long are you going to live there? So, for instance, you and I know that solar panels are very expensive to put in, right?
Yes.
If you were going to put in solar panels, my recommendation is don't go do that knowing that you might move in 2 years.
You're not going to get your money back on that investment.
Right. If you're looking for an ROI, a rate of return, I think if you're going to do more expensive equipment with lower utility bills, you probably want to make sure you're going to stay for a while, unless it just makes you prideful that you put in the best equipment. So I don't need a 24 SEER air conditioning unit if I'm just getting the home ready to sell. Yeah, absolutely not. Well, unless you think that a buyer would really, really pay more money just because you put in more efficient equipment. it's going to be a long-term savings, right?
Yes.
It's definitely going to be an investment, sort of like a geothermal system would be. You save some money per month, but you better live there a while to get the return.
So if I have no idea where my air conditioning system is rated for efficiency, how would I know if it makes sense to replace my system?
You know, I know that OG&E does, I think, a free energy audit where they can come out and take a look at your home. Now, I don't know about OEC and whether they offer that or whether
Okay.
Edmond Electric does. You know, the electric companies are always looking to save money on the power grid.
So if you can help them out.
So if you can help them out and call them and say, I'd like to get an energy audit, take a look at my condenser, tell me what the SEER rating is. If I boosted, hey, I've got this home that's 30 years old, I haven't replaced my condenser because it's still running. Why would I go replace something that's not broken? But it may be that if somebody's got a 10 or a 12 SEER condenser and could boost to a 16 or an 18 or a 20 SEER, the question is, what's that return? And how much longer are you going to live in that home? Now, one of the other issues today is the refrigerant has changed. Used to be
Yes.
R22.
Yes.
So they changed it to R410A. I don't think the R410A is any more expensive, but I will certainly tell you that if you need R22 pumped into a system, that stuff used to be $20 or $30 a pound. I've heard recently that could be $175 to $200 a pound.
Oh, wow, that gets up there.
So instead of charging your system up if it's low on Freon, maybe it's time for a replacement. So I don't know what your equipment would be, and I don't know if that energy tag is worn off, Dave, how to determine the SEER rating, but I think you could certainly go take the model number and plug it into the internet and see what your rating is.
Are my savings going to be different? My usage going to be different where I live?
You know, we've got one of the most affordable rates for electricity in Oklahoma.
Okay.
There's only 4 other states where electricity is more affordable. So this is just kind of interesting. On average, in Oklahoma, we pay 9.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which means 1,000 watts for an hour. Do you know that in Hawaii, it's over 40 cents per kilowatt hour? So the average consumer, according to statistics, shows that the average consumer uses about 18,420 kilowatts per year, and you're paying about 9 to 10 cents per kilowatt hour, it looks like. I think you have to figure out what your usage is. I think a big one here, when you ask, what would my savings be if I upgraded? I guess the question is, how cold do you keep your thermostat? And so let's help our listeners understand some things they could do today with the equipment that's in place to maybe save some money.
Okay.
And I think it's important to do this for this reason. Think about all the things we've talked about over the last few months with home prices. So home prices are up, right?
Yes.
Because it's a tight market.
Sure.
But has insurance gone up or down?
It's gone up.
Yeah, for sure. We've had a
Yes.
lot of storms that have come through.
Sure.
What about property taxes? As values go up, what happens to property
They
taxes?
go up.
So what happens if you move into a home and your utilities are going up? This is kind of a pinch
Yes.
for those who maybe would be considering trying to decide whether to rent or to buy a home with all these increased
Sure.
costs. So here's some energy saving ideas. Make sure you've got proper insulation in your home. Energy efficient windows and doors will save
yes,
money.
those windows.
Right.
You know, that could leak a lot of energy.
You know, shading your windows during the daytime.
Okay.
Ventilation, you know, will usually keeps homes cooler with less air conditioning. Like we sleep at night, Dave, at about 77 degrees,
Okay.
but we run our ceiling fan on high.
Yes.
And we go with lighter weight covers during the summertime.
Okay.
Get yourself a programmable thermostat to save money if
I
you
think
don't
that would
have
help
one.
a lot.
You know, whether it's a Nest or a programmable, there's no use in keeping the home super cold when you're gone and when you're sleeping. Clean or replace your filters often, especially when you're running your air conditioner once a month or as recommended, which is typically don't let your filters sit for more than 3 months and not be changed. Turn off kitchen, bathroom, and other exhaust fans within 20 minutes after you cook or when you're bathing, because it's taking that air-conditioned air and either putting it in your attic or taking it outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're losing that conditioned air from inside your home. During the summer, keep your window coverings closed or lower to block the sun's rays and the heat from coming in, or go put a low E film on the outside of your windows that face west.
I've seen that. I've seen those. Yes.
To kind of keep some of the sun's rays out. And then select energy efficient products when you buy your new cooling equipment. We just talked about that. Get with a contractor, find out the difference in the SEER ratings, see if they can tell you about how much money you will save, whether you put in a 15 SEER unit or a 20 SEER. try to figure out the savings on cost, what that investment looks like, and perhaps how long you're going to live there.
Okay, so if you're building a home and you're about to move in, you're going to be living there for a while. I would think you plan on living there for a little while. I would think the easy answer is it would be beneficial to put a little extra money, get a little higher SEER air conditioning unit, maybe the little higher rated windows so the energy and air is not leaking out, and some of those little touches, get a Nest or get a programmable thermostat, all these things done at once when you're building the home. Therefore, that's going to kind of help in the longer run. Is that correct?
It will. And on a resale home, it's always a good idea to have a home inspector like Todd Stewart with Oklahoma Home Inspection Service. We have him on about once every 4 to 6 weeks. And he will tell you that insulation has a tendency to settle over time. And some of the older homes just don't have as much insulation inside the attic. That's a good energy savings tip also, and certainly something you want to have a home inspector look at.
Well, we can make it all easy because we could talk to our guest that's coming up next, Keegan Riddle from LivSmart Home Technology. We just need a robot. It can clean, it can set everything and take care of the home. I'm sure there's all kinds of cool things that we're going to discover with Keegan coming up next.
To schedule an appointment with Wally Kerr to help you buy or sell your home, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Wally will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show right here on KOKC.
Buying or selling a home? Is your older home having issues in the crawl space or attic? Is your new home about to reach the end of its 1-year warranty? Todd Stewart, owner of Oklahoma Home Inspection Service, has been serving residential and commercial clients since 1985. He will give you the confidence of knowing your building systems are safe and operating as they should. Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve. Call Oklahoma Home Inspection Service today at 405-366-8889. That's 405-366-8889.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful, from knowing which program fits your situation the best to identifying the best terms. Hi, I'm Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage. I work closely with you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to helping you choose the home loan that's right for you. My promise is to provide transparency, timely communication, personal service, and closings on time. Call me today at 405-253-2276. That's 405-253-2276.
NMLS 984758. Gateway Mortgage, a division of Gateway First Bank. NMLS 7233. Equal housing lender.
I'm Wally Kerr, and if you didn't know, there are 6 big reasons why homeowners like you choose to list their home for sale with us. First is our offer to sell your home at a price agreeable to you, or we'll buy it ourselves. How can we do this? It's reason number 2. We have hundreds of pre-vetted home buyers waiting for their dream home to come available. That home may be yours. I'll show you our list of buyers when we meet. Our partnership with Zillow is reason number 3. Zillow chose our team to help dozens of ready home buyers each and every month. Reasons 4 and 5, MLS data shows that our listings have sold faster and for more money on average for 4 years in a row. But don't take my word for it. We have hundreds of online reviews at both Google and Zillow. See what our customers say about us. I'm a 35-year broker with over 4,000 home closings. My team and I are ready to work for you. Call me at 405-330-3000 at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, or simply visit wallyhasthebuyers.com. I look forward to talking to you myself. Call me at 330-3000. 330-3000.
If you're selling your home or buying a home and would like to schedule an appointment with Wally, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with your hosts, David Kay and Wally Kerr.
Last week, we started talking about smart home technology, and we haven't really covered that yet. We talked about how you can close the blinds, your curtains, turn lights on and off, and devices like TVs, and run your dishwasher when you're away, and have everything all clean and ready to go when you get home.
Yeah, there's so many options today with wireless technology, isn't there?
Yes.
I mean, that I know of, but I think there's probably a lot of things out there that I don't know about.
Well, we're going to learn a lot more now because we do have a guest in, and it's Keegan Riddle with LivSmart Home Technology. Welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're here in the OKC metro area. Tell our listeners about what's your day like? Because maybe some people might be really engrossed in smart home technology, and I know just a little, but maybe someone is interested in this. Tell us about what your day is like and what you do, and tell us about smart homes.
So that's a pretty loaded question. My day consists of many different things. Here at LivSmart Home Technology, we are a custom integrator. And we design and install many different systems and then tie them all together. What that entails, the first thing is structured wiring for phone, internet, TV. We do networks and Wi-Fi. There's both hardwired and wireless options out there. Distributive audio. Everybody loves music throughout their home, and once again, there are both wireless and hardwired options out there.
Boy, I do. I put a nice system in my home. I grew up loving music, and boy, they did run a lot of wire. I mean, they ran I think, a couple of miles of wire through the house. It was amazing, just this way and that way, and TV wires and speaker wires and send and receive and this and that. So it gets pretty intricate, doesn't it?
It does get pretty intricate, and it turns some people off. So back in the day, let's touch on this subject real quick. With music, everybody would run wires throughout their whole entire home. And back in the day, everything was controlled with a receiver or an amplifier, located centrally in the house, somewhere in the house. Well, they would have to walk back to that amplifier, turn whatever they were wanting to turn the music on, and then they would go back to doing their household chores or whatever. The next song would come on. They wouldn't like that. They would have to go back to that amplifier, turn the channel, and it got tedious, and they stopped using their system. These days, everything is controlled with your smartphone. Everything has apps that you control. You can listen to Pandora, Spotify, Rhapsody. There's so many streaming music sources, and everything is controlled with the app on your phone. So fast forward to today, there are both wireless and hardwired options. The hardwire, you get architectural speakers built into your ceiling, into your walls. That is the best sound because it totally envelops the room that you're in. When you have wireless speakers, they are sitting on a countertop. When you want to turn the volume up, you have to turn that up, and it's coming from a central location. So terms of having conversations, sometimes your conversations get bled out with the music. When you have architectural speakers, you can have that volume at a certain level, comfortable level, still have your conversations and have your background music. So
that's how our system is set up at home. But this is just kind of a basic with music, right? I mean, there's got to be so much technology, and I think that's what Dave and I really want to hear about. You do this all day long. Are you mostly doing music? Are you doing surveillance cameras? Is it a mix of today's technology? Tell us a little bit more about that.
It's a mix of everything, from security systems to your surveillance to your smart devices, your thermostat control, your locks, your overhead garage doors. You can actually take out the lighting switches instead of the wall warts that I like to call them, the plug-in lamp modules. Those aren't needed anymore. You can still have them, but you can actually install smart electrical outlets that you can control with your phones. You control those with triggers, schedules, outdoor lighting. We replace the light switches for your outdoors, and at dusk and dawn, they automatically come on and off. You can adjust those settings based off of if you want the lights to come on before dawn, after dawn, or right at dawn, etc. So
there's just a little bit of everything is what you're telling us. So, man, I want to know what the latest and greatest is and what Wally doesn't know. I didn't think about outdoor lighting, and so that's really, really cool. But tell us a little bit more about maybe some things coming down the pike.
Well, here's a good thing. People are building houses now that are listening, and maybe they want to put this technology into their home, and they don't want to put antiquated technology, and they want to be sure that they're up to date 5 years from now. What's the technology now that they need to put in their home, and what do you see, like Wally said, in the future?
So it really depends on what market you're in. With the mainstream media, with Vivint, Ring, ADT, they've all got this idea of a smart home that controls your security system, your surveillance, your video doorbell, your thermostat. But when you get into the luxury market, that's when you start getting into true smart lighting control. Instead of being able to control your lights based off of a time of day, schedule, triggers, they have smart lighting control with human-centric lighting. And what human-centric lighting is, it mimics the outdoor sunlight. So in the morning, sun rises. It's going to be a higher temperature color. It's going to be the blues. It wakes you up throughout the whole entire day. It's going over towards the sunset, and the whole temperature of the light changes. So it starts getting warmer and warmer towards the end of the day. You start getting your reds.
Your lights in the house.
In the house.
So you have a sunset inside.
Basically.
Okay, so you threw a term in there that I'd never heard before, and this is called
HCL, human-centric lighting.
Human-centric lighting.
This is way beyond what we even thought we were going to talk about this morning.
Yeah, so
this is amazing.
Okay, so that's cool, and that requires a combination of light installations and control panels.
It requires design and installation and infrastructure. So instead of the typical Romex electrical wiring that you're running all over the house, you're running low voltage wiring, Cat 6 cabling to go all throughout your house for the light fixtures. They're LED light fixtures connected to drivers inside panels, and that does all of the computing and smart functions.
Wow.
So you literally have a panel in the house that you go to behind something. You open that panel up. It looks like an entire network of computer systems, if you will.
Yes, a bunch of different modules that all the wiring is connected to.
Let's say I want to do that and I want more of the luxury stuff and I have a pool outside. I like the boulder over here that looks like a rock, but it's a speaker. It hasn't been around, I know, for a little while, but that's so cool where you integrate that. Can you put speakers down in the pool?
You can. There are underwater speakers that you can only hear underwater. There's that. And I'm glad you touched on the boulder, the rock speakers, because those have been around forever, but there are much better audio systems for outdoors.
Okay.
There are landscape speaker systems that the pre-wire is trenched underground to each of the satellite speakers. They come in different sizes depending on how large your outdoor entertainment area is, but they are spaced out accordingly, usually about 8 feet or so, staked into the ground. Usually have anywhere from 4 to 8 satellite speakers and then one subwoofer.
Is this almost like surround sound outside the home? Is
That's
that right?
exactly
almost
what
like
it is.
Concert sound outside.
Yes.
Yeah, I was scared a little bit when you're talking about speakers underwater. I don't think I want to spend that much time underwater. That sounds scary to me, to be able to hear sounds when I'm in my pool, but maybe I just have to get the picture bigger. What else do you see in maybe some new technology and the latest, greatest stuff?
Motorized shades. It's normally, I always ask the two homeowners usually, and that's who I'm meeting with. I ask them, who is it that walks around at night, closes all your blinds, shuts off all the lights in your house just to make everything secure? Normally it's the wife, and whoever it is, they are always the ones that would love the motorized shades and lighting control. Instead of having to walk around and shut everything, they can press a button or once again set everything up to schedules and they automatically close on their own. Depending if there is rain in the forecast, they could open up or they can stay closed for lighting just to lower the energy bill in the home. But there's numerous different systems that tie together, that talk to one another instead of what I like to call connected home items that, yes, they have an app on their phone, but they don't talk to other devices. You have to open up the app in your phone to control your lights, to control your shades, to control your audio, to control everything instead of having one single app that controls all the different systems in the home.
So I've seen some of these lighting systems where you actually set scenes up. Like on my home system, I put in a Russ Sound music system, and you can walk over and hit a button called Party Mode. It takes all the zones, and then you control it from one zone, and it sets the level on all the others automatically. So you could do that with lighting. You could set it up to where if you loved to entertain and have guests over, to where literally you walk over and hit a predetermined setting, and it adjusts all the lighting inside the home, but only in the areas where you either have your rooms open to guests, so you can predetermine music and you could predetermine lighting, and I guess probably other settings also. Could you take an automatic gate, and can you actually, if you've got a gated entry is there smart home technology to interface with like an entry gate on a luxury home?
Absolutely. It would locate the geolocation on your phone. So everybody
Okay,
has
so
the smart
yeah.
devices.
Yeah.
So yes, it would recognize that you are in the vicinity, and it could open up for you. You'd go in, your lights can automatically come on down the driveway.
Let me ask a real quick one here. So we're going to talk in one of our segments today about energy savings and heating and cooling, especially because we're in this heat wave right now. Is there smart home technology that will measure what's going on inside a home besides just a Nest thermostat or just a thermostatic setting? Is there smart home technology that actually can go in and analyze and save someone money as far as their heating and cooling bills?
Yes, you would need temperature sensors located in different areas of the home. When a thermostat is in a home, it's in a central location, and that is the device that is taking the temperature.
Right.
When you have multiple different temperature sensors, it is taking the average of all of those different areas and then adjusting the thermostat accordingly.
I see. So it's more efficient, really, for heating and cooling.
Absolutely.
Is that right? So there's obviously a lot of technology out there. Dave, you and I have talked a lot over the past weeks is that with the lack of available homes in the marketplace, you and I know a lot of people are building.
Yes.
I'm looking at the numbers and I can see a lot of people building homes. Is this something that the average consumer can afford to get into, whether it's pre-wiring or smart home technology? I mean, now's the time to add it, right? Whenever you're building a home.
If you don't pre-wire before or in the process of the construction of the home, then you're almost stuck with what you are able to add in the future as opposed to what you want. So the design phase is absolutely the number one place, or really pre-design is when you want to start thinking about your home technology, and especially the design process, you want to incorporate your home technology integrator. So many times I am meeting with builders, homeowners, architects, designers that I come in too late after the fact. I wasn't part of the budget. You know, it's one thing to be over budget, but when you weren't even part of the budget, then homeowners really have a hard time incorporating the technology that they actually want. Another thing is when you are building a home, you need light switches, you need shades. You need all of these different devices.
And why not have those smart today,
And why
right?
not spend a little bit extra to get them connected in terms of technology, as opposed to you buy or you fill up your new custom home with all of these devices and then have to replace what you already paid for with all of the connected devices.
We're speaking with Keegan Riddle from LivSmart Home Technology. Now, this might be a different answer whether they're buying an existing home or building a home, and you covered this with audio, but what about with video? So many people now have the doorbell cameras and cameras up over the garages. A lot of those are wireless. Do you still maybe recommend hardwiring those in, or are there wireless solutions for those that have good enough quality to get the job done?
So at LivSmart Home Technology, we are all about blending in technology into your aesthetics. We want to not be the focal point of your home. Interior designers love us for that. We want the technology to perform, but we don't want you to see it. There are two different options for cameras out there. There are wireless and they're hardwired. Wireless cameras just mean that they are connecting to the network via Wi-Fi. They still have a power cord, they still need power, so you're going to be running that power supply cable either to the nearest electrical outlet on the interior of the home, having to come through the wall and plug into an electrical outlet. Aesthetically, that does not look good.
Sure.
Or you are running that power supply cable with an extension cord to the nearest electrical outlet in the attic. Regardless, you're running wire, so why not run one Cat 6 cable to that camera location? That way we can plug that into your network via hardwire. The performance is going to be way better. You're not going to have a glitchy performance.
Better picture quality.
Better picture quality.
Faster picture quality.
Faster quality, because you're getting all of the speeds that you're paying for through your internet service provider, as opposed to the downgraded quality that you're getting with Wi-Fi. So you're getting all the fast speeds, and then the selection, your options for cameras are way greater for the hardwired IP cameras as opposed to wireless. With wireless cameras, you also have options for the solar panels on the exterior. But let me ask you, do you like the look of a solar panel
I don't
No,
think that's necessarily
yeah,
attractive. I know sometimes people will put them on the back side of their home, so the only person that really sees it is the neighbors. Are there options there also for solar panel technology today?
No, it's your best option is running that Cat 6 cable directly to your hardwired camera location.
Okay, so you talked about kind of blending in with the aesthetics of the home. Can you install technology and speaker systems into whatever I can kind of dream up in my environment?
We can design and install whatever you want to an extent. I mean,
Right.
Okay, sure.
but yes, we have some clients out there that go above and beyond. They want to show off to their friends and family. Others out there that, they don't mind.
Give me some technology, but keep it affordable.
Exactly.
So is there a consultation fee, or can you consult by phone and hear what somebody thinks they would like to do and then take it from there?
Absolutely. You can reach us at 405-503-0055. That's our direct line. We can absolutely do over-the-phone consultations with you just to see what you are envisioning, what you are wanting to do. But then I always like to meet in person, either on site or at the design studio. That way we can talk face to face and you can see exactly what we have to offer.
So if someone wants to do as simple as a wireless garage door unit to where they could open it for the neighbor when they're out of town and they want to open that garage door so that the neighbor can feed their dog, or a front door lock, for the people who can't set their clock on their VCR, okay, and the clock in
It's
the car,
blinking 12 o'clock.
you can help with some of that simpler technology, whether it's a Ring doorbell to watch for those porch pirates, right, because we know they're out there. So whether it's a Ring doorbell or wireless locks on doors, or maybe an overhead garage door opener that's wireless, can you help with things that simple? Is that something that people can call you about?
Everything, all of that, we can help out from the simplest of your needs to the most sophisticated. So
I could talk about this for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I think
buy
I
some
could
extra
too. It
time
could be
here.
our whole show today.
I do have one more question. I want to talk about video. I've seen it where, like in the bathroom, your mirror is a video screen that gives you all kinds of information on weather, news, TV, and then just, oh my goodness, an actual mirror. Can you do that too? Is there video technology in different instances, like in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and stuff that you can handle?
yes, once again, it's usually a single Cat 6 cable for hardwired networking that we run to that location. And then, yes, there are specific mirror TVs out there. One of the most commonly known out there is Sura, Seura, but they have great products. So yes.
Yeah, I've been caught standing in the bathroom at Red Rock Canyon just watching the game, or maybe somebody golfing.
Yes.
That's up on the mirror in the men's restroom where the vanities are, and then you get a couple of people trying to bump you out of the way because you're standing watching TV. I've always thought those were cool. You and I may need to talk about that, Keegan, about coming to my place and taking our bathroom mirrors and turning those into video consoles. But they're going to have to be wireless because I wasn't smart enough to run the cable at that time, the Cat 6.
Well, it sounds like any device, if the device exists, they can incorporate it into your home. It's just how did they get it into your home? Hey, once again, it's Keegan, Riddle, LivSmart Home Technology. What a fabulous segment this morning. Give your phone number one more time, please.
405-503-0055.
That
was fantastic.
Yeah, great segment.
That was great.
A lot of fun today as we think about not looking at things that are happening in the real estate market, but how you can make your home. Let's face it, homes are fun, right? And the more little gadgets you've got, you get to show them off to your friends, and it's fun just to go home in the evening and play with the technology. It is really cool what's available today, and I appreciate you sharing, some of the things that are coming down the pike and what people can do. Sounds like it's almost limitless as to what can be created.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. And once again, here at LivSmart Home Technology, we would like to consider ourselves not only your home technology expert, but your home technology partner.
That was fantastic. And coming up next, we're going to talk about listings of the week and homes. And so let's get a new home and let's call Keegan and get it smart.
To schedule an appointment with Wally Kerr to help you buy or sell your home, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Wally will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show right here on KOKC.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful, from knowing which program fits your situation the best to identifying the best terms. Hi, I'm Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage. I work closely with you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to helping you choose the home loan that's right for you. My promise is to provide transparency, timely communication, personal service, and closings on time. Call me today at 405-253-2276. That's 405-253-2276.
NMLS 984758. Gateway Mortgage, a division of Gateway First Bank. NMLS 7233. Equal housing lender.
Buying or selling a home? Is your older home having issues in the crawl space or attic? Is your new home about to reach the end of its 1-year warranty? Todd Stewart, owner of Oklahoma Home Inspection Service, has been serving residential and commercial clients since 1985. He will give you the confidence of knowing your building systems are safe and operating as they should. Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve. Call Oklahoma Home Inspection Service today at 405-366-8889. That's 405-366-8889.
Looking for your dream home? They're hard to find right now, aren't they? The best homes are being gobbled up quickly by home buyers like you who are finding the best homes at the best prices before you can get to them. Feeling frustrated? Stop the insanity and get on board with a real estate team that will do the work for you. We've got access to off-market homes that other agents don't know about and other buyers can't find. Why? My Guaranteed Home Sale program brings me home sellers every week who would like me to buy their home right now. We call it shadow inventory. Many of these sellers are ready to sell, but just aren't ready to put their home on the market. Some of them want the process to be quick and easy without having to get their home ready and endure a string of showings. Make sense? If you'd like to access these homes and other off-market properties, call me today. Tell me you heard the show when you call. Let's find your perfect home together. I'm Wally Kerr at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, 330-3000. Call me today at 330-3000.
If you're selling your home or buying a home and would like to schedule an appointment with Wally, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with your hosts, Dave McKay and Wally Kerr.
Well, Wally, we just had Keegan in telling us about how to make our homes smarter. So now let's go out and look for those homes that we want to install all this really cool equipment in.
You know, what's interesting is some of these homes you can't find, Dave. And we call them off-market properties.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Most people have heard that term and maybe kind of wonder what that is. And you've heard the term coming soon, which means, hey, I kind of expect that home to be on the market in the next few days, right?
Yes,
Maybe a week out. But when we talk about off-market properties, I've got these homes from all over the metro that I'm working on with owners just yesterday. I had an owner that said, hey, we're not going to put it on the market, I guess, until next April, Wally, because that's just going to work better for us. But, Wally, we'd sell our home if you come up with a buyer for my property, and I must have 30 or 40 or 50 home owners like this who have said, hey, bring me a buyer, and as long as they're a little bit flexible on a closing date, we could work with that. And it's everything you can imagine, Dave. I've got luxury homes. I've got homes on acreages. I've got fixer-upper homes. I just immediately popped into my mind, I've got 4 fixer-upper homes coming in Norman. But I'm typically talking to, Dave, 6 to 10 homeowners a week that are in some stage of thinking about selling in the future. And I'm glad to share that information with you. If you'd allow me to work with you, I'd be glad to help you find a property that maybe you don't have to go fight over.
Sure.
Had a home this week that had 8 offers on it, and it was in that really tight price range between $200,000 and $250,000.
Okay.
And all these buyers were vying for the same home. If you're tired of getting beat out and you don't want to have to go fight for a home, come to me and see me about some of these off-market properties that we've got.
That'd be really
And
cool.
I've got them in all price points. So a few listings to mention this week.
Let's talk about the ones that people do have to fight over.
Yeah, you know,
these are really cool.
I've had some owners where I absolutely went in and supported and said, hey, the market's really hot. You know, why not be a little optimistic on price? A couple of those owners have pulled back and done some price reductions. We've got one just a few blocks west of the Plaza District in Oklahoma City. This is a 4-bed, 4-bath, remodeled, beautiful, over 3,200 square feet. That home came down in price this week to $340,000. So
wow, okay.
It's a really great buy and beautiful. That's 2215 Northwest 16th Street. We've got a beautiful home I'd like to mention that is backing up to Rivendell on the lake. It's at 12304 Bywater Drive. It's a gated community. It's a private location. This is a 4-bedroom home on the lake with a pool, with an upstairs suite that overlooks the pool and the lake with a balcony. And I mean, it's got a dry sauna inside. It's got an amazing master closet. It's got an amazing kitchen, beautiful picture windows that overlook the lake. That's a beautiful property. And I think that home is priced today at about $1,080,000.
Okay.
Got a real affordable home in Edmond this week that was reduced by about $5,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. It's near Santa Fe and 15th. I would love to help your kids, your grandkids, your nephew, your niece, whoever it is, point them my way. We work with lower-priced homes. We work in the luxury market, but that's because we have lots of agents that work on our team with expertise all across the metro, Dave.
So we've talked about before how some homes are on the market for 60 days, 70 days, sometimes 80 days. And then there's that sweet spot where you mentioned before, maybe 200 to 250,000 or so that are selling like hotcakes. So it really depends on, one, what you're looking for as the buyer, whether you're going to have a good selection or not. And then as the seller, what is my square footage? What I'm going to sell it for? Where do I live? As generic as possible, how do you see housing values as we're heading towards August? Because we're slowly moving out of the prime buying and selling season of midsummer. What does that do to home values as we're moving in towards August?
Okay, good. So I always try to bring a little data along just in case you hit me with a question that might require that. So
okay.
First of all, we talked about we're 2 to 2.5 weeks away from the start of school now.
Yes.
So it's time to get on with it if you want to sell. Let's look at some data from the last 60 days, was May 15th to July 15th, and compared last year to this year.
Okay.
To see what those numbers look like.
Sure.
And this may be surprising. I love numbers. I'm kind of a numbers guru, which is why I brought these today. Always trying to be prepared. So here's what that data looks like. Let's compare last year to this year between May 15th and July 15th. And it looks like Edmond home values and Moore home values and Mustang home values have gone up about 2 to 2.5%.
Okay.
Norman, funny enough, it's been real level. And Yukon, now this is the surprise, where most of the metro's gone up 0 to 2.5% in home values. Yukon home values in the last year, from May 15th to July 15th, are up 8.7% in value. But I know why, Dave, and that's because there's so many new homes in Yukon. It's kind of interesting. Values are at least as good as they were last year or increasing, but the number of sales is way down. But that's not really surprising, is it, Dave? Because as the interest rates went up, there were fewer homes being placed on the market, and so fewer homes selling, but the prices have gone up because there wasn't enough to pick from. So here's what those numbers look like. There were 17% in this period we talked about, May 15th to July 15th this year, compared to last year. 17% fewer sales in Edmond, 17% fewer sales in Norman, 15% less in Yukon, 34% less sales in Moore. Moore has really blown up, and I think a lot of it...
Yeah, see, that's shocking to me. I know a lot of people moving there, so why is it now...
I think it's a mecca now because it's easy to get to Oklahoma City. Got good schools, of course. Great shopping. My goodness, there's a lot of traffic at South 19th Street and Moore, but look at all the shopping in the restaurants that are available.
Okay, so where I get tripped up, I'm thinking... minus 34%. Oh, I guess people don't want to move in there. No, it's so hard to get into there because there's not as many homes for sale.
There's so few homes for sale, so many buyers that want more. 34% less sales in Moore this year compared to last year, which is just an amazing number. Mustang, pretty level. So anywhere from a 15% to as much as a 34% decrease in the number of sales this year. Fewer homes on the market, housing values have continued to go up.
To schedule an appointment with Wally Kerr to help you buy or sell your home, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Wally will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show right here on KOKC.
The market is shifting. Do you know what to do? If you're selling a home, you need to realize that market demand is changing, and it's changing now. More homes are coming on the market than homes that are actually selling, so the inventory is going up. What does rising inventory mean? Prices can soften. It's important you get on the train right now and understand what you need to do to sell a home. First of all, my guaranteed home sale program will create more demand for your home because I can buy someone else's home so that they can buy yours. If you're thinking about selling by owner, I can create more demand for your home than you can ever create on your own. I'm Wally Kerr, and I believe in aggressive marketing. My wife and I have done this for 36 years together, and we now have a team of 28 people. If you'd like to create more demand for your home so that your home will sell faster and for top dollar, give me a call today at 405-330-4000 at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I'd love to meet with you and discuss a strategy and plan for getting your home sold. Call me at 330-4000. I look forward to talking to you myself.
Buying or selling a home? Is your older home having issues in the crawl space or attic? Is your new home about to reach the end of its one-year warranty? Todd Stewart, owner of Oklahoma Home Inspection Service, has been serving residential and commercial clients since 1985. He will give you the confidence of knowing your building systems are safe and operating as they should. Enjoy the peace of mind you deserve. Call Oklahoma Home Inspection Service today at 405-366-8889. That's 405-366-8889.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful, from knowing which program fits your situation the best to identifying the best terms. Hi, I'm Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage. I work closely with you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to helping you choose the home loan that's right for you. My promise is to provide transparency, timely communication, personal service, and closings on time. Call me today at 405-253-2276. That's 405-253-2276.
NMLS 984758, Gateway Mortgage, a division of Gateway First Bank. NMLS 7233, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're selling your home or buying a home and would like to schedule an appointment with Wally, call 405-330-3000 or go to wallysguarantee.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with your hosts, David Kay and Wally Kerr.
Wally, just a couple of minutes here to wrap up the show, and a lot of great information this morning.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We got to share. We've kind of been all over the place. Hopefully that makes our show interesting and it moves along quickly for our listeners. Dave, what we just talked about was, even though not as many homes have sold this year, man, it's been June and July, and lots of people wanted to buy here during the summertime.
Yes.
There just hasn't been enough inventory for them. So even though there's been fewer homes sell, and we would attribute that to rates being higher, buyers not loving the interest rates, okay?
Yes.
Sellers not necessarily wanting to sell if they've got a 4% on their home now, and they have to jump to a 6.5 or 6 3/4. So it has been still a busy market this summer, even with rates lower. A lot of people fighting for the same homes, and home prices have continued to increase.
So your best advice for buyers then, if that's the situation, I'm looking to buy, what's your advice for me?
That's a great question. I think it depends on price. It's still very, very highly competitive below $250,000, below $300,000. Okay. I think I would still buy, and here's why. The outlook for later this year into 2024, what I'm hearing is that prices should go up next year and continue to increase, and we've seen that this summer. The interest rate outlook looks like they'll probably drop some, maybe later this year, but probably not until spring of next year.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second.
Sure.
Something I didn't think about, and it just hit me. If I keep waiting for that interest rate to go down, it's going to be a catch-22. The interest rate might be up a little bit right now, but if I can get in that home that I want, the value is going to go up, and I can always refinance down the road.
It looks certain that home values will continue to increase next year. You're right. It's a catch-22. So what I would tell buyers is you can always refinance if the rate comes down enough to make sense. I like the idea of buying now and watching that home appreciate. If you're one of those buyers saying, I wish rates would drop, if you really want to buy a home, I think you've got a long wait. The Fed is saying they want to leave rates the way they are to control inflation.
Okay, so what about for sellers? We covered that extensively in one of the segments this morning, where we're getting towards the end of the summer and it's hard to sell, but there are buyers looking. So it's that time of the year. Now, if I'm in the 200s, 230,000, then I think I'm going to get a competitive offer. But if I'm about 350 to 380, it might be a little slower. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right. You want to be conscious. If you've got a bigger home, if it's 4, 5, 6, 700,000, $1 million, probably a bigger home with more square footage, right?
Yes.
Probably calling out that it could be a family with kids. When school starts, it's just a little bit harder to sell a home if you've got a family home. I would recommend that those home sellers be very conscious of time of year, understand that rates aren't going to go down. I don't see any big catalyst to cause larger homes to sell faster than what they're selling right now. And actually, maybe goes the other way, Dave. and could slow down with all the upcoming distractions. If you really want to sell and a buyer has a property, I'm looking at one right now, that's our guaranteed sale program.
Yes.
Your home's sold guaranteed at a price agreeable to you, or we'll step in and buy it. A lot of times I can help someone step out of their current home and step into a bigger home. So if you've got a home that's $650 and you think that a buyer's probably going to have a home to sell first, come see me and I can help facilitate that sale.
Well, I might have to step out of this current hour and buy the next hour because we are running up really close against it. So how can they contact you real quick?
Call me at 330-3000. I'd consider it a privilege to serve you and your family. I've got over 35 years experience. If you're thinking of selling, please give me a call.
And we want to thank our sponsors today, Chris Doak with Gateway Mortgage and Todd Stewart with Oklahoma Home Inspection Service. Wally, I'll see you next Saturday morning.
Thank you, Dave.
You've been listening to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with Wally Kerr. Heard every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. and replayed on Sundays at noon here on 1520 KOKC and 95.3 FM. Wally's name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. To speak with Wally directly about selling your home or buying, call now to schedule an appointment. 405-330-3000. That's 405-330-3000. Or go to wallysguarantee.com. That's wallysguarantee.com.